Well, welcome to another blog. If you missed the last one, I'm out on a trip, a road trip from Raymond Terrace to Coffs Harbour. The car club I'm in is running an event in a few months' time, obviously from Raymond Terrace to Coffs Harbour. There's a small racetrack up there called Rally Raceway, and they're going to have a bit of a burn round Rally Raceway. But a lot of us don't want to cruise up the freeway in old classic car, for goodness sake. So I'm trying to find a scenic route, and that scenic route is taking me from Raymond Terrace through Bulahdelah up to Gloucester, and I'm currently on the road to Walker. Well, I'm turning off at Nowndock. It'll still take me to Walker and then on to Armidale for an overnight stop. It's raining and it's been heavy. It's just sprinkling now. I've never actually been on this road before. It's called the Thunderbolt Way, named after the bushranger, Captain Thunderbolt. He used to operate in this part of the world from here right up to Glen Innes, I think, if my history serves me well. So this will be a bit of an adventure. I actually made a little short film. Again, if you've watched my videos, you might have noticed I do a little impersonation of a farmer who's one of my alter egos called Malcolm. And it just sort of tells a funny story to the camera. And one of those stories is his sighting of the ghost of Captain Thunderbolt. It was, up until recently, my most watched video on YouTube, which doesn't say a lot because most of my videos only get 100, 150 people watching them. But the ghost of Captain Thunderbolt was just short of 3,000. It was only the second one of those farmer films I made. The first one was called the Yowie, and it's just popped over into 3,000. Mind you, it was only about 300 views about 6 weeks ago, and it's been on YouTube for 6 years, so for some reason it sort of popped, but who knows what that is for. Anyway, we'll keep on this road. I've got to get readings to write a route chart, set of instructions so that everyone on this trip finds their way. And I'm pretty sure there's not a really lot on this road that I'm going to be writing about. It's not like a full-on rally route chart where you talk about sharp bends and all sorts of things. This is how to find your way route chart, which basically I think, I'm not sure what the next instruction, caution, one-lane bridge. So there must be a one-lane bridge along here somewhere, but other than that, we'll be turned off at Nowndock. Anyway, I'll catch up with you a bit later. Well, here I am back again. Had some battery problems with the GoPro, so missed out a big chunk of the trip so far, but I've just been through a place called Walker, about 3/4 of an hour out of Armidale. Some very interesting dirt roads travelled today, and it's been extremely wet, low cloud, so that it was like fog and you couldn't see where you were going, hence I'm running a little bit late. So all in all, this run should turn out to be a pretty good drive for the car club, and that's about all I've got to say for now. I'll catch up with this again tomorrow. Well, welcome to day 2 of this little adventure road trip. I'm at the overnight stop at Armidale. It's a motel called Moore Park. It's out of Armidale, so it's quite peaceful and quiet in the countryside, except for the plane going over at some time of the night. Yesterday was one hell of an adventure. It rained most of the trip all the way from, well, it wasn't raining at Raymond Terrace, and as I approached Gloucester it started to fall down, and then all the way up the Buckets Way and up to here. Wonderful dirt roads between Bulahdelah and Gloucester. A little bit potholey here and there and a couple of ruts, but really great countryside. And then from Nowandock through to Walker. Now that's Armidale rally roads from when I rallied up here in a Mini. Scary stuff if you were rallying, but yesterday it was pouring rain and fog, so we were going pretty slow. But great sort of sheep country. Big adventure with the old Triumph. Went from the motel into Armidale to buy something to eat last night, because I don't tend to eat what restaurants sort of serve up. They turn a basic piece of steak into some sort of muck, marinated in muck, and I can't eat that stuff. So anyway, went into Armidale. Best I could find was Kentucky chicken, which I haven't had for last time I did some sort of road trip. And came back out. Now I jinxed myself here. I sat in the car. Now about 6 months ago the headlights played up. I had to completely rewire them, and you can't buy the switch anymore, so I rewired it to an obsolete switch that's on the dashboard that I have no idea what it ever used to do or did. And it's worked fine since then. Well, as I sat in the car with the Kentucky chicken sitting on the seat next to me, I thought to myself, I hope these headlights switches work all right and it's not going to give me grief. Well, I start the car and I pull the switch, and what happens? No headlights. Now it's raining. It's luckily under a bit of a light from the street light, but it's raining, and this car's an absolute nightmare for electrics, which is my fault because I'm the person that's done most of the electrics. And I couldn't trace through, you know, under the dash it was a white wire, but I couldn't find a white wire in the engine bay. So anyway, end of the day, I hot wired it. I pulled a headlight out and hot wired it up so that I had headlights. Pretty dodgy, but it got me home, but it took me about an hour. So that turned into cold Kentucky chicken, and me being a bit on the drenched side. But we got here. Today's adventure is down to Coffs Harbour, and we won't need headlights for that, so I won't worry about them today. I will fix them in Coffs the next day. The other day, sort of, not disaster exactly, but the camera batteries on the GoPros go flat very quickly. So I lost the GoPro on the windscreen, and because of the rain and everything else, I couldn't sort of stop to swap it over because it was pouring rain, and so didn't get a lot of vision from that camera. And because I was drowned and back here late, I didn't feel like fighting with technology and charging and downloading and all that stuff. So I got no GoPro cameras today, only the better cameras, which won't give me the same on the dash thing. Anyway, I'll get on with it now, and we'll head to Coffs, and we'll get back to you a bit later. Well, this is where the event will start from. It's a park in Armidale, and so this is where I'll start the route chart from, and so the day begins. Well, the route headed off towards Dorrigo, and there's a lookout at Dorrigo that's worth dropping in and having a bit of a look. There's this walkway that goes out over, and you look over the Bellingen Valley. The day I was there, it was a bit on the cloudy side. Nevertheless, worth a look. After the lookout though, it's back into Dorrigo and picking up the route that'll take everyone down through Geelong and on to Coffs Harbour and Hotel. Oh, welcome back. It's another day. Got to Coffs Harbour fine yesterday. No real problems. The trip itself is a good trip, good adventure. Car Club should enjoy that. The road from Dorrigo down to Karamba and in the back of Coffs Harbour, well, the dirt road part of it is very narrow, and well, it's full of potholes, and it's certainly an experience. But that's what we're on about, experiences. So as far as I'm concerned, we should leave it in. It's a shorter day than the first day. It you know, gets everyone into Coffs Harbour sort of mid-afternoon, I suppose, sort of thing. Sorry about this, I just got to turn here. I think. So let's just see if I'm in the right place. I'm writing a route chart at the moment for so everyone can get from the yeah, to get from the motel down to Rally Raceway. Well, maybe I'm at the wrong turn. Let's forge ahead. Yes, I was at the wrong turn. Yeah, so the road. Start again. No, I won't, because I'm going to have to turn here. Oh, we're turning right here at 15:35. I have to write that down. At 15:35, turn right, signpost Rally Raceway, straight on, follow main road. Alright, let's forge forward. Yeah, anyway, back to the story. So that's the first 2 days. Should be fine, I reckon. I'll type this route chart up, and all is great. The weather's been pretty interesting for this trip. Lots of rain, and it's certainly been an adventure. This marvellous old Triumph has got me here without any trouble. Still got to get me home, mind you. The trouble I had with the headlights is to some extent a good thing, and some extent a irritating thing, in as much as I had some spare time this morning. I got the 2 wires off the back of the switch, which I did on the night that they failed, looped them with a alligator clip sort of piece of wire, and on the night they didn't work. It didn't help, they didn't work, and when I did it today, boom, headlights are on. Don't you just love it? So now it's an intermittent fault, a lot harder to fix that. So at the moment, car looks a bit daggy. The headlight, sort of chrome headlight surround things are off it, and the switch is gaffer taped up here under the dashboard. Look, it's probably just the earth on the relay, that's my thinking. But whether it is or not is anyone's guess. But hopefully they'll work if I need them. I shouldn't need them, because I'm going down the freeway tomorrow, and should be home before dark. So at the moment I'm approaching Rally Raceway. That'll finish off this route chart. And this morning I visited an old school friend, and we talked away for quite a while, catching up on life, the universe, and everything. And So tomorrow's a big trip home. So that's about it for now. See you later. Well, that's just about it. I think we're on this boring freeway on the way back home, and this big adventure is coming to a conclusion. As far as the car club run goes, I think it should be a good run. There's one little bit of road that I've sort of named the Road of 1,000 Hairpin Bends, and there's a good game to play along as you go along that road, and that's sort of dodge the pothole. But it's still an interesting road. The fact that it was a big time rally road back in the day means we sort of got to drive on it once. I rallied on it back in the late 70s, so you know, she'll be right. I'll tell you what, these rally tyres that are on this car certainly make one hell of a racket. It drowns out the sound system, and yeah, it just echoes along. And because it's an old car and it's raining, you got to have a bit of ventilation to stop it fogging up. So back windows are down a bit, this is down a bit. So it's a bit breezy as well. And of course, old cars like this aren't exactly watertight, so there's a certain wetness in here that is going to take some drying out. That's all part of the great tapestry of owning a classic car, I guess. Well, it is for me anyway. I'm not sure I'd want a pristine, beautiful, classic car that everything worked and everything was fine. Yeah, the headlight switch here is dangling with a bit of gaffer tape that won't stay stuck to the dashboard because of the moisture. So I should have headlights if I use them, but who knows? It's an intermittent fault, so I can't guarantee that. So I guess under normal circumstances I'd have these headlights on at the moment, but I don't want to press me luck. So, but I'll be home before dark, so should be right. So I guess that's about this for this vlog. Bye.